A philosopher explicitly opposed to antisemitism and nationalism, found his life's work tragically twisted. His powerful ideas, through no fault of his own, became deeply and notoriously associated with fascism and Nazism. How could a body of thought, celebrated for its originality and depth, suffer such profound and damaging misinterpretation, allowing its co-option by extremist ideologies? The story of this corruption begins after his death, when his life's work lay critically vulnerable. Friedrich Nietzsche, a German philosopher, completed much of his core writing between 1879 and 1889, moving across Switzerland, Italy, and southern France. Plagued by debilitating health, he resigned early from the University of Basel. In 1889, at 44, he suffered a neurological collapse, leading to a complete loss of mental faculties. He lived another 11 years, first under his mother's care, then his sister's, until his death in 1900, leaving his vast intellectual legacy unorganized and open to distortion. After he passed, his sister, Elisabeth Förster-Nietzsche, quickly seized control of his manuscripts. She became the self-appointed curator and editor of his extensive, unpublished writings. Elisabeth harbored a virulent German ultranationalist and anti-Semitic ideology, directly antithetical to her brother's own convictions. With this conviction, she deliberately altered his texts, editing his work to fit her repugnant political agenda, often inventing passages or outright contradicting Nietzsche's stated opinions. He had been explicitly against anti-Semitism and nationalism. Yet, through her carefully crafted and widely published editions, Nietzsche's profound philosophy became inextricably linked to the very ideologies he would have fiercely rejected. This egregious manipulation created a false legacy, distorting understanding for decades. Fortunately, this egregious misrepresentation was not permanent, though its correction proved a demanding intellectual journey. 20th-century scholars like Walter Kaufmann, R.J. Hollingdale, and Georges Bataille recognized the profound distortion. They undertook the demanding work of defending Nietzsche against these damaging interpretations, meticulously correcting the edited texts. New, accurate editions of his writings were soon made available to a wider audience. This scholarly effort gradually unraveled the association of his work with fascism and Nazism, allowing his true philosophy to at last emerge. His works enjoyed renewed popularity in the 1960s, influencing 20th and 21st century thinkers across philosophy, art, and popular culture, appreciated for original insights into perspectivism, the death of God, and the will to power. The eventual restoration of his authentic voice reveals how vulnerable profound thought can be to external agendas, yet also how resilient truth proves, ultimately reclaiming his vital legacy from the shadow of fascism and Nazism.